Okay. Hello. How are we? Happy Sunday. Happy weekend. Happy Sunday. Um, welcome. I am going to be doing a mix of things. Going to be doing a mix of bullet journal. I don't have any updates for my reading journal yet. I started another two books. This is my problem. I'm just like, since the two that I'm reading via audio are nonfiction. I was like, I can start another nonfiction. I mean, sorry, the two that I'm reading uh, through audio or text to speech are nonfiction. So my brain was like, I can, you know, fit more fiction into my life. So I started another two uh, fiction books, and so I have not finished any of them. um, because my brain is chaos. But yeah, that's where we are. So I don't have any official updates for the reading journal. The bullet journal, I need to spend a little bit of time in getting set up for next week and penciling in and starting to think out about March. Yeah, that's where we are with productivity type of like that kind of stuff. In terms of writing, where are we? So if I'm doing 2K per day, um, today would be 50K mark uh, for the month because 25 times 2, whatever. Where am I? I don't think I'm there. I'm at 42. So I'm like 8K or 4 days behind technically if I'm doing my, if I'm sticking to the 2K per day situation. But I'm still pleased with like the amount of progress that I have been having with the drafts. I'm still struggling with this last set of scenes, and I'm thinking that they are not going where I want because they are not necessarily building into the character's motivation. So I'm gonna have to kind of go back and do a little bit of plot work, brainstorming for this particular work in progress. So I might do that this stream. I might do it off stream so that like when I come back, I'll be ready to do it. But I think that's the problem. I think the problem is that it is not true to the character motivation. So I either need to figure out like, is my character's motivation not what I thought it was? In which case, some of the other stuff might have to change. Or is there a way that I can twist the current plot point to fit the character motivation? So that's where we're at. Is Struggle Bus. We are at the Struggle Bus station. So yeah, that's where we are. Anybody else gonna be hopping on at the Struggle Bus station? Mama Maggie says, hello, lovelies. Hello, Mama Maggie. How are you? How's the Colorado weather? Is it beginning to look like spring, or is it still very much winter? Kate, hello. Thought you would join a Sunday writing sprint to get as much writing done as you can today. Yes. Welcome. Megan says, hello. Welcome. Keiko is here. Hello. Welcome. Megan says, I have been both productive and procrastinating today. Hopefully these sprints will help you focus. Hopefully so. Diamond is here. Hello. You're new. Welcome. Glad to be here with you all today. You're writing a romance story. Lovely. Ooh, and I must... Ooh, I love your avatar. Very pretty. Very gorgeous. So is this an avatar of you, or is this an avatar of your character? Either way, gorgeous. Let's see. Megan says, oh, and for all of my fellow ADHDers, ADHDers, how do you say ADHDers? There we go. I think that's it. I have discovered the most handy website for breaking down tasks to help with task initialization. It's goblin tools. Is that appropriate or inappropriate? Or I don't know. Some days I feel like maybe I don't know. Anyway, Goblin Tools comes with a recommendation from Megan. So there you go. Keiko says, you just came from a 9-hour stream. Ooh, it was fun. It was, I bet. But do you have much, like, going power? I find that usually about hour 4, my brain is like, we're mush now. So, in terms of the goblin.tools website, you input the task, click a button, it breaks it down into smaller steps. You can then click on individual steps and break those down even further as well. Ooh, nice. That does sound kind of fun. Bryn says, happy Sunday. Hello, welcome. Sorry, my brain is just like curious about goblin tools now. If you tell it, write a book, how many steps does it come up with? And does write a book give you the writing and publishing, or do you have to do those as separate tasks? Publish a book, does it tell you to write a book first? Now I'm curious. I just want to play with it. Diamond says, happy Sunday. Love your hair. Thank you. It is in the currently growing out phase. I go through the grow it out, chop it off, grow it out, chop it off. So it is currently in the grow it out phase, but thank you. Mom Maggie says, I am stream hopping from Stream Hoppers United and editing. Excellent. CB is here. Hello. After careful consideration, you have decided reluctantly that you're going to rewrite book 1 of Stark for President for NaNoWriMo. Okay. Alrighty. So now you have your Nano. Well, are you talking about for Camp Nano or for Nano? Megan says, I have 25 minutes of reading on your to-do list today, but you don't really want to listen to the audiobook that is due in 4 days. You might start something new, but you also want to finish the book. So yeah, that's the, I'm trying to think. I should probably check and see how many days I have left for the, Malcolm Gladwell book. I don't know. Keiko says, my internet is struggling massively. What is going on? I don't know. My computer was being very slow this morning too. So maybe it's just nearing the end of the month. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Kate says, good afternoon. You're new here as well. You're working on your second book. Ooh, yay. You feel the same way. And you're halfway to 50,000. Nice. Bryn says, okay, so you've used Goblin Tools as well. It's an awesome tool. Telling myself not to get lost there over breaking down everything. Nice. You're so glad you've discovered it. It feels like a game changer, and also glad that you are enjoying it as well. And Kate is also on the struggle bus with me. CB is as well. Megan is. Yes. And it is an avatar of you. Nice. Very gorgeous. Yes. Mom Maggie says 62 degrees Fahrenheit, but very windy, 11% humidity. So yay, fire weather warnings all over. We had a couple of fire warnings because of the wind as well. And in Georgia, unless it's like the dead of summer or farther in like August, September, nobody really pays those a whole lot of attention because the humidity is just so high. I mean, I know that's bad because we should pay attention to it, but yeah, like it's something that most people are just kind of like meh, which is probably not good. Mom Maggie wants to know, did Anne finish the was it the 10K? She was trying to get 10K. Bryn says, I did tell it to, okay, you did tell it to write a book and it came up with something like 10 tasks. Okay. So you have you've played with it. Yes. Keiko says, I got 1,200 total for the day. You're struggling with the chapter because you dreaded the conversation/confrontation between the main character and the love interest/rivals lovers, but you got through it even though you don't like the result. But hey, now you have something to base your next draft off of, or your revision off of. So that is good. Megan checked and it came up with 13 steps on how to write a book. Nice. Keiko says the 10K, the stream. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so CB's going to be rewriting book 1 for Camp Nano. Gotcha. She had been on there for about 5 hours while you were doing morning chores. Yeah. CB says, I'm writing book 3 in November. Gotcha. Okay, so book 1 in April, book 2 in July, book 3 in November. Is that how it's going to go? Keiko says, oh yes, drug less. You're skipping the first sprint to get a warm shower. That hopefully will make you feel better. Kate got snow today, and it's minus 30 at the moment. Goodness gracious. I don't know if I could ever. I really don't know. I mean, I was born in Florida. We spent 2 years in Utah, and then we moved back to Georgia. So south again. So I don't know that I could ever do negative 30. I am not mentally prepared. You actually repackaged all your bug out bags because you were literally terrified that someone's pet firefly will fart and the county will burn. Oh no. But it is a good idea to have your go bags prepared in case of an emergency. So that is definitely a good thing to do. But all right. It is Sunday. My desk is not terrible, and I feel like through doing the Bujo, I'm going to get it messy. So at this point in the process, there is no point in cleaning my desk just yet. So I'm going to leave the cleanup of the desk to a later point. But I have pulled, and it is the dolphin inverted, so upside down. So let's see what our dolphin has to say. All right, so the main message for the dolphin is that this and that are true. So it's a card of duality, a card of balance, that kind of thing. So here is the dolphin. And if you remember, it is upside down. So when you most want to be acknowledged as right and see the other ways as wrong, the dolphin appears as a reminder that the story of your suffering and righteousness is a little more complicated than you are admitting right now. Do you want to see things in black and white and be rigid in your ideas of what is correct and what is not? Release your rigidity and embrace the fluidity of life as you recognize that the grays that remind you that there are two sides to every story, an upside to each downside, and a blessing in each challenge. What you think is wrong may end up being right for you. So let the dolphin soften your heart so that you make the best decision at this time, playing with the possibilities that present themselves. Ooh, okay. So it is more of a, when it appears in the upside down, it's more of a reminder to be a little bit more flexible, be a little bit more open-minded, which is always a good thing. But also, it very much is a good reminder for those of us who write things and we are stuck in it, like, this must be the right plot point. And it's not. So here I am figuring out this after struggling for like a week or so, being like, this must work. No, sometimes it doesn't. So back to the brainstorming board. So yeah. So making sure that we are flexible, making sure that we are open-minded. Yeah. So if you were going to kill off that character, maybe don't. Or maybe do, but just in a different way. So depending on how you interpret the card. Thanks for that. You will keep that in mind while you write this afternoon. Excellent. Yes. All right. So I still am feeling the beach vibe and water vibe. So we're going to go with the sand timer today. Make sure my volumes are appropriately on. Share screen. Share screen. Make it big. All right. Turn the banner on. There we go. Okay, so here we go. 1, save your document if you've already been working today. If not, now's a great time to pull up whatever documents you think you might be working on today. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the struggle bus that needs to be fixed. Oh, I didn't pop out the chat, did I? Oh, well, I'll fix that later. 2, make sure you have something to hydrate with. I'm currently still going through these bottles of water that have been sitting on our kitchen floor for 8 months. So cheers. 3, straighten your spine, or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure that there's no slouching today, or at least not at the moment. 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How was that? Um, I finished updating my February stuff. And then I decided on my color and decoration scheme for March. So I have had a roll of the clear PET backing um, with stickers, washi tape essentially, but you cut it apart to be stickers. Anyway, so I have this one that is sort of like um, minty aqua with some flower decorations. And so some of them are more blue toned, some of them are more pink toned or pinky purple. So I'm going to use these windows as my main decoration for March. I had thought maybe I would also use this lotus. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Yeah. Lotus leaf and blossom tape. But I don't think I'm going to need it. But I decided on the 2 Tombow markers. And then for my darker color, I have both the medium and the ultra fine in sort of like an aqua color that will go well with these. So I'm going with the aqua teal, and then it will fit relatively well with as sort of like a dark accent color to these, I think. Again, it's hard color translation with the web camera I have. I've not been able to get a like true to color and I don't know how to fix that. I guess like especially since my paper is off white. So like maybe I should be using white as my background to pick it up a little bit more. See, even that's not quite. It's better, but it's not quite. Anyway, I don't know. That's my decoration of choice for March. I really liked the color combo that I did last year with the sort of like minty green and pinks. Last year's March was one of the washi tape shops wave patterns. So I really liked the color combo for that. So I'm essentially trying to replicate it, but with other stickers, other options. So plus I just have so many stickers. So at the same time that I bought this roll of windows, I also bought the pink and the yellow. So the pink is like fully roses, like all the way, like all pink roses, and the sort of like pinky purpley clouds behind the windows. The yellow variant is like all sunflowers with blue sky or just no sky. And I'm thinking July or August for this one. Just because that's like a summer vibe color for me. Maybe more August because it's closer to fall. I don't know. But anyway, so that's so I have these 2 rolls essentially that I still have to use after I use all of the sort of blue-green aqua minty color. So that's a thing. I have too many. And like I just like getting all the new ones, you know? So I'm trying to use what I have and not buy more. But we all know how that goes because I have these sticker packs as well. But yeah, so decided on my color scheme for next month. So we are going with minty aqua window. That's the situation. So I've got everything penciled in. So next sprint, I may just like move the camera so you can see me while I work. Because I have tried so many times, and y'all know this. I've tried so many times to like record and then edit a video to post about the Bujo setups, and I haven't ever finished editing them and put them up in a timely fashion, or just some of them put up at all. So you may just get a live stream of me doing it. So that's what we are maybe going to do next sprint. So anyway, CB was going to reheat leftover pizza. Nice. Yum, yum. Aviation at its core says that sounds amazing. I agree. Pizza sounds amazing. Then when you're done with that, you'll be doing dishes. Yes. So we do writing / productivity sprints, aviation. And so essentially it's a Pomodoro method in which you are trying to focus for a certain amount of time, and then you take a small break, and then you go back to focusing. And so just during the timer, you try and get as much done as possible. So CB says no words, just pizza, but I think pizza is worth about 500 to 1,000 words, depending on how much pizza you have and how much you enjoyed it. Diamond says, you finished chapter 17. Yay! On to 18. And the next chapter in your romance story. Excellent. Bryn got 295 words. Fantastic. Thank you. They are pretty. I'm enjoying them. I think this was part of my very first like Temu / Temu purchase. And they are very nice. So Kate says that was good sprint. Yay, you finished up 2 chapters. Ooh, just really want to get your words down. Yes, yes, yes. Keiko is back and says, oh, that looks so pretty. Yes, I agree. Yes, well, if you like it, you can like it. If not, yeah. Tina says, hello, everyone. I'm working on my 3rd act. Ooh, plotting up to the 2nd turning point. Nice, nice, nice. Kate says, I enjoy all the color ideas. I just started getting washi tape and stuff. Good luck to you. There is plenty to buy. You've been using your happy planner. Yes, I have oodles of stickers and things. I still have not donated the stuff that I thinned out that I'm not going to actually use. So I need to do that this week. We're going to try and get it done before the end of this week. So Cool Gamer says, hey, hello. CB says 3 slices and disposed of the last. You are stiffed. Excellent. It's always better to be stuffed with pizza than not. Hopefully nobody clips that out of context. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next sprinty sprint. So on my channel, for those of you who are new, the 2nd sprint is always a self-promo sprint, as long as it's writing adjacent. So if you have something writing adjacent that you want to promote, please do so, which means if you have a writing or book-related YouTube, Twitch, Etsy, Amazon author page, websites, blogs, social media handles, etc., please let us know where we can find you and your work, especially if you have a book out, book coming out soon, book out recently, or book on sale. Let us know where we can find you and your work. Now, the only caveat to that is if you do not have a blue wrench of power, meaning you're a moderator, you will not be able to post direct links. So bear that in mind. With that being said, 1, save your document and all of the lovely progress that you have made. 2, make sure that you take a sip of whatever it is that you are hydrating with. So let me open my bottle again. 3, make sure that you straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go in 30 minutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, how we doing? I've got you kind of sideways, but so I've got our calendar view. I've got dates and events, which essentially is just what's already on there. And then tasks and actions outside of my writing. Then I've got the habit tracker started. I decided to go with a sort of like mini calendar situation because I'm not really being too successful with the current layout. So I'm switching it up for next month. So slowly but surely, sort of getting there. I kind of like the gray paired with this. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, but I kind of like it. Which is good because I'll be staring at it for a month. But anyway, so that's what, now I've still got my, essentially like the quarterly wrap up and then action plan specifically for habits, to do. And then I've marked my, weekly pages with the vertical halfway mark. I just used my little measuring bookmark, and my grid spacing guide situation. Just use that. So I've got those laid out, and then I've got a double page spread for like quarter one in general review and quarter two action plan. So those are the pages I have left. I've marked out. But in the meantime, I'll take this next sprint and finish up this page. And then maybe go ahead and lay these decorations out, because I think I'm going to go back to, I was really not enjoying these sort of like grid spaces for as much as I thought I would. I was not enjoying the limited space. So we're going to go back to what I had in the end of last year and the beginning of this year, which was just the vertical running daily log, which I much preferred. So that's what we're going to do for this month as well. So that's where we are in the process. But yeah, how about y'all? How did we do during that sprint? The worse the wind gets, the worse your internet gets. You won't be able to share links. Someone, Maggie apologizes. There's no need to apologize for that. My self-promo was, if you're not subscribed and you would like to be, please consider it. Megan says, I'm changing my publishing schedule from weekly to bi-weekly. Learn more here. And here's Megan's Substack link. Kate is back to writing. Had some lemon water. Nice. Tasty and hydrating. Yes. Megan says, didn't get anything I wanted to get done because boyfriend needed help prepping dinner and lunch. Now your back hurts, so time to relax. And then you're going to be working for sprint number 3. Excellent. CB says, 0 words, 0 dishes. Bryn says, made a cover for the next book in a series. Nice. Excellent. Keiko got food, and you are contemplating about writing a heart-wrenching scene, either from the present timeline or of the fanfiction or for the flashbacks. I think that's what the FF is. Would it be more heart-wrenching if it is in the past and you can't do anything about it? Or would it be more heart-wrenching to do it in the present, despite all the characters have already overcome? Which would be more heart-wrenching? That would be my question. So which would be more heart-wrenching? All right, let's go ahead and, while you are contemplating that, I'm going to find the other beach timer and set us up for the next sprinty sprint. All right. Present, share screen, share screen. Make it big. There we go. All right. Let's see. Keiko says, I think it would be more heart wrenching in the present because of what the love interest in the original is up to. Gotcha. Okay. Well, in that case. All right. So let's go ahead and get this next sprint rolling. So 1, save your document. 2, go ahead and take a sip of whatever it is that you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. If you need to give your fingers and wrists a little bit of a stretch, please do. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I think that concludes my March setup. So I've got the March layout, calendar view. Then I've got my dates and events, tasks and actions. I've left room for a couple more. And these are non-writing, of course. So then I have my habits tracker, along with the percentage and review for quarter one, and then action plan for quarter two. What can I do to make these habits easier to develop? And then I have the same basic structure for the weekly layout, which is I have a 5 with room for 6 weekly priority section, and then I have a Monday start, and that will just leave me room to make however much space and adjust for each day as needed. I did at the bottom of these weeks put, is it going to focus on that? Put what week we are on and the dates that it runs, and then I just have the stickers sort of in different locations, giving me a little bit of variety in like where I'm going to have some decoration. So and then I have the 2-page quarter one review and quarter two action plan. And I've made some bullet points for myself for things that I want to kind of think about and reflect on in terms of like how it went. And then that's the end of it. So that is my March setup. With the exception of I still need to put a tab in. So I made all my tabs up prior to this. So now I've got to figure out, there's March. So yeah, if you didn't know, I make my own tabs that then I fold over and glue in. Oops, I don't know why I just did that, but I did. That makes it easier for me to flip to the months. And then like when I'm in the weeklies, it makes it easier to flip back to where the habits are, because I know it's within one page. So yeah, so I need to put the new whatchamacallit on tab, and that's going to be I suppose I could put it on this page, and I may do that. That way it's like directly to my habits, and yeah, I think I will. But that'll put me up at the top of the book again with the tabs. So that's the last thing I need to do for setting up the month. All right, I'm going to turn my camera off while I move you back to the normal setting, in terms of like where you're sitting and where you're looking. Hopefully I can get it to be relatively back to approximately where it was. All right, let's see how. Okay, you're a little wonky. Is that better? Yes. Okay. Now we are approximately back where you normally are. But yeah, that's where we are. And now my desk is a mess in terms of like way more markers out than I had before. So let's see. Keiko says, I made no progress. Oh no. Sometimes you need a break though. It looks so pretty. Thank you. You can't do bullet journaling. You'd be too overwhelmed. And that's what so I go back and forth between organizational styles, because I used to do horizontal only because that was what I learned on with the like agendas and things that I started with like in middle school and high school, because that was how they were laid out. They were laid out in daily blocks rather than by time. And then I tried out vertical time-based planning when I was in college. Didn't really care for it. Um, and so sort of like I go back and forth between like what style, horizontal versus vertical, that I like. Um, but I have never found that like vertical by time works for me. What I have found works relatively well for me is doing these like uh daily, essentially, just sort of like giving myself room to adjust. And so some days are longer than others. So yeah. Um but the original bullet journal method is not at all as intensive or decorative as what I have. So it is not meant to be super decorative. It is meant to be super, super functional. Um, and so if you need a super functional bullet journal, definitely look up Writer Carroll and the original like method, because his method is great in terms of like it is just the um, productivity aspect of things. Like that's it, just that. Um, sorry, I was trying to get my dots lined up. Um, yeah, it is. The original is just productivity based. So if you want to try and get your foot in the door, and then I also like I use stickers and washi tape because that makes my type of planning go easier in terms of like make it decorative without a whole lot of effort. So Bryn says another 259 words, slow and steady. Yes, slow and steady is a good way to do it. And there is a reason why I feel like my mascot for life is the turtle. Megan says, I did 25 minutes of research into how reading fiction increases empathy and encountered a study written by 3 authors, one of whom is now a right-wing evil spewer. Oh no. So your guess you're not using that study. Yeah. Kiko says, I'm going to read through the flashbacks and other chapters that you wrote. Gotcha. Get yourself more familiar with it again. CB finished watching Call of the Midwife. The current series ends next Sunday. Oh, goodness. Does that mean then you have to wait for the next... When new series usually start in what, like September or something like that? I think that's right. Could be wrong. It could just be the old time. Like when things started. I don't really remember. I don't know. Anyway, so I have set up for March, which makes me feel good because now I don't have to worry about whether or not the like next week is going to be set up. And I also can now have that visual for when I try and meet up with friends. So yay. December 25th is when the new series will start. Ooh, that's like a larger window than I thought it might be. Keiko says, geez, I have so much to finish watching in terms of series, but also your TBR, right? Yeah. Oh, and also like the 2 books that I started, the 2 fiction books I started, because I was not finishing my nonfiction books, they are not at all on my TBR that already... So I'm reading outside of my TBR again, but I'm still counting it as books that I'm reading. So, you know, just in general, trying to read and finish things this year is the goal. I mean, ideally, I would mostly be reading stuff that's on my TBR, but that's neither here nor there as to like whether or not it's actually happening. Because my goal was, you know, to see if I could get most of these challenges already, like, you know, heavily underway. Like none of my series things have been filled in because I haven't gone through the first of a series thing. I do have several. What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 finished books that are on my A to Z challenge only 2 of which count for domestic reads. My genre and romance trope bingo board are not as full as um, not as full. I've read 6 books, but only 4 of them were on my, like, different genres. Uh, and so, since I read a couple of nonfiction, like, my romance trope is not as full as I thought it would be this early. So it's like, well, oh well. So, but that's how we're doing. So, CB's going to be doing a big rewatch of Call of the Midwife in October. Your reading has stalled. Oh no, no fan fictions or anything. Oh, it's going to stay stalled till May/June because you're far too busy. Gotcha. Understood that. Yeah. All right, let's do another sprint. And this time I will be actually writing. So, yay. Oops. Very close. 7 seconds. All right. Now we can go back to this one. Is this the 4th sprint? I think it is. I could be wrong. Oh well. Anyway, 1, save your document. 2, go ahead and take a sip of whatever it is that you are hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How we doing? Um, I got 1,031 words in this new scene rewrite situation. So that's where we are. I'm gonna mark the last word so I know where to come back to. Um, okay, and I have now saved it under a different document. We're going to see how it plays out. CB says, no word count, but I did manage to get some stuff done. You're fixing your contents page. Excellent. And Keiko says, I had a good laugh reading one of your scenes. Always good. Always good. Yeah, if you can either laugh or cry or smile or whatever, giggle at your own writing, it's good. Bryn got 377 words. Very nice. Very nice. Excellent. Yay. I'm glad that we are making progress on many different fronts. All the different fronts. So, excellent. I've also put away most of the pens that I was using for setting up for March. So my desk is back to being relatively clear. Yeah. I still have a couple things on my desk that shouldn't necessarily be there. Like I have my sunglasses. That's because I'm planning on taking a walk a little bit later. I have my bowl of stitch markers and my tension ring for crocheting. That's because I might get to crochet tonight. We'll see. That just kind of at the moment is living on top of my monitor stand. So I don't really know where to put it. And I poured out the stitch markers into the bowl, and then I think I tossed away the little bag that they were in. So now I have nothing to put them in. So I'm going to have to find some sort of small container to deal with that eventually. So, Keiko says, one of the side characters noticed that they were third wheeling and walked off. Ooh, gotcha. Yeah, awkward, awkward. Three people in a room where only two people are focusing on a conversation or whatever can be very awkward. I think in a lot of the sort of Asian trends, either Japanese, Chinese, Korean, I've seen it referred to as being sort of like being force-fed dog food. Like you don't really want it. It's like it's not something that you enjoy. So I don't know why, but I was like, yeah, that would be awkward. Sometimes the idioms are just so different. The idioms and phrases that we're used to. So like I think I've mentioned this before, but in a lot of Western cultures, when you hear the phrase your heart dropped or your heart sank, that means you usually have a bad feeling sort of like heavy hearted. But in a lot of the translated novels that I've read, when the heart sinks, it's from your throat. So it's like that phlegm, like closing of the throat sort of relaxes and your heart settles back into its normal place. So when you have heart sinking as a phrase, it can mean two different things to two different people. So it's kind of like, do you do you still want to use that phrase or idiom, or do you want something that's I don't even know if there is a universal thing for that because they're two very different feelings that they are trying to express. So, anyway, um, a small purse or pencil case would be a good thing to use for the storage purse. Yeah, but I don't have one that's that small. So I would either have to buy one, um, which is not ideal. I may just stick them in a bag. I don't know, like a little sandwich baggie, Ziploc or something. In English, yeah, kicking the English in English, it's kicking the bucket, and in German, we say we have giving up or surrendering our spoons. Ooh, I wonder what the context of like surrendering your spoon is. What's the historical or like folklore like reason for like surrendering your spoon becomes. I don't know. It does have a historical background. Okay, interesting. I'll have to look it up. So CB says you keep your darning needles, crochet hook, and a small pair of scissors and a tape measure in a small blue zippered purse thing. Gotcha. Yeah. During the 30 Years' War, when the soldiers were looting the battlefield. Interesting. So, well, yeah, I guess a live soldier would not need their spoon. So, yeah. Um, and I honestly I don't know necessarily where kicking the bucket came from. I um I don't know if it's like from a story of like a um farmer having a heart attack and like kicking the bucket over, or if it is from if it's sort of like a morphing of a different tale. So I don't know. I'll have to look up some of these idioms. It's like we use them and then we're like, where did that come from? So yeah, a lot of soldiers had their own personal spoons on them, and then when looting, they took the spoons. Gotcha. Yep, that does make sense in a very twisted historical way. All right, let's do one more sprint. This will be a shorter sprint. I think we'll do the 20-minute hippo, and then we will be at the top of the hour. So, um, all right. So, 1, save your document. 2, go ahead and take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go, 20 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I think that is good. I think um I think that a much better rewrite in terms of plot. I think I've started down a better path. Um and I think I got enough. I think I got enough of a start that I will be good for either another writing session tonight or tomorrow to like get underway with the revision for this last week of struggle lesson. But I got 818 that time. Um, which leaves me short of 2K for the day by about 151 words if I'm doing correct math. So I might do at least a short sprint or something tonight. But yeah, so that's where we are with that. But anyway, Bryn says just 38 books, or 38 books, 38 words, but you have moved from the drafting section to the revision section of the book. Excellent. Yes, I know those days. So, all right, y'all. It is now past 5 o'clock. So, my time anyway, 5 o'clock my time. So, make sure you save your documents before you close if you are headed off to another sprint or to do something else like dinner. Make sure you save. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you stand up and stretch occasionally. Julie Z is usually on at 8 p.m., which is about 3 hours from now. So make sure that you check Julie's channel out. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. I will be back Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 to 3, and Sundays, 2 to 5. I will do my best to double check and make sure that I have scheduled them for the correct times this week. So, you cringe at your own romance. Thank you for the streams and the sprints. You're welcome. Good night. You're welcome. Thank you. And I will see y'all soon. Bye.